All right, good afternoon and bienvenue to the Hangout session of the Crystal Beauty Show right here live on the Crystal Beauty YouTube channel. And I will be the presenter for today. My name is the same, Prince Oro. And I've got here Crystal Beauty. I've got Achiri all the way from the United States of America, and also Ken joining from the USA. So, Krista,
Yes, sir.
hi.
How are you?
I'm good. Achiri,
Yes.
hello.
Hello, how are you?
And Ken, hello.
I'm right here.
All right. Thank you all very much. And it's going to be a lovely session right here. An opportunity for you to get to know Krista, whatever part of the world you are listening from, Cameroon, you're watching from Cameroon, UK, whatever part it is though, you're watching live and you're on the Crystal Beauty Show channel, and I'm going to be starting it right here. But for the moment, we'll take questions from those of us right here in the audience on the panel, and then we'll have time to go to questions which were sent in earlier within the week. And also those of you who have questions while watching on YouTube, you could as well drop your questions under the comment box, or if you are on the Hangout, you could just go onto the right hand section on the question and answer section and drop your question right there, and we'll get it right here on the show. So let's start. And Krista, are you ready?
Yes, I am. I was born ready.
All right. La première question for you these days, tell us, who is Krista?
Crystal. I am a Cameroonian, of course. I was born in Douala, but I was actually raised by my grandparents in Bamenda. So I actually spent most of my life in Bamenda. I went to school in Bamenda, and then I moved to the US 2008, where I studied theater acting, and I got my master's degree in entertainment business, and I started the Crystal Beauty Show. So that's it.
Okay. Sounds lovely though.
Thank you.
All right. My second question is, parlez-nous un peu about your hustle. How did you get to this level?
It was a very long and interesting and challenging journey. I started off on radio, actually. I never thought about doing a talk show, just so you guys know. I was more into acting. I wanted to do movies and things like that. But then one day, this friend of mine created an online radio station, and he sent me a request, and he's like, "Oh, I've created this station and I don't have people to host shows on it. Can you come on and host a show?" And I was like, I've never done radio before. I don't know how that works. And he's like, don't worry about it. It's an amateur station, so just go ahead and do what you can. And he even helped me come up with the name Crystal Beauty Show. So that was the name I had on radio. And I would usually just do interviews, play music, get song requests from people. And I realized that sometimes people could not actually tune in live. So that's when I got the idea of, okay, what if I could do it in a way that people could always come back to it and connect and watch it, So that's how I decided now to start doing videos. So I'm doing basically the same thing I used to do on radio, but just it's video.
All right.
Yeah.
At this point in time now, I would like to call on Achiri. You've got a question for the prolific presenter, Krista.
Thank you, Prince Oro. It's an honor to be here with you, Crystal. I'll make a remark first before I get to my question. Or my first question, let me put it that way.
Sure.
I watched the last season of your show. It was very impressive. I was happy about it, and I saw a whole lot of things I like. Like, you're doing a very good job. I appreciate that. So, getting to my question now, the first question I want to ask you is you're starting off season 2 of your show, right?
Yes.
What kind of show are you planning for the audience? Like, give a brief summary of what we should expect from you.
Okay, for season 2, what the audience is actually, let me start with season 1, because with season 1 the audience is already familiar with me interviewing entertainers, musicians, directors, producers, actors, musicians. So we're making season 2 to be a little bit different. So we're still going to have that interview part of it, but it's not going to be just interviews like season 1 was. So we're introducing segments. We have a segment of a comedic segment, which is a segment where we'll either play a comedic skit from people like Legacy Entertainment, because they do a lot of comedy skits. So we have a segment to play something like that, or we have or a comedian who's just going to come on air and do a joke, and we have people like comedian MC Calvino. He's actually going to be part of that segment. We also have a Q&A segment, which is basically similar to what I'm doing right now in the Hangout session, where we're giving room for viewers to ask questions during the show, or they can email the questions, and the questions will be read and answered during the show. And the questions could be about themselves, it could be about me, it could be if they have a problem and they need help, advice or things like that, they could ask that. And we're also creating commercial slots where people or businesses can advertise their products or business on the show. What else? We have a segment called Street Smarts, where we're actually going out to the streets to talk to people. So yeah, that's what we have. I think we have a lot of interesting things coming up in season 2, and I'm very excited about it, and I can't wait to show everybody.
Wow, that's a whole lot.
Yes.
That's great. Okay, you're doing. I like the street section. You say that's kind of new. It's a good thing. I really appreciate it. So let me ask you this: you talk of getting into entertainers as a whole,
Hmm.
comedians and every other person, be the banker, so long as you are an entertainer, you want to get to them. Do you have
Um,
any? Do you have any
can I?
particular? Yeah.
Yeah. Can I just correct you for a second, please?
Okay, you're fine.
Yeah. So what I was saying was, that's what season 1 was about. Season 1 was about
Okay.
entertainers. But season 2 is we're going to have a variety of people. So it's not just going to be what we're already familiar with. We're going to have doctors, lawyers, politicians, farmers who actually go, I'm going to Cameroon. We're going to go to the farm and get a grandma there doing her farming and interview her about how that works and, how that sustains our culture. So, yeah, so basically, season 2 is going to be a variety of different kinds of people, not just entertainers. So entertainers was what season 1 was about, but season 2 we are making it a little bit broader and more diverse. That way we bring the educational part of the show, because I mean the slogan of the show basically is to inspire, to entertain, and to educate. I think we've been doing a lot of entertaining and a little bit of inspiring, but we have not really gone into the educational part of it. So I think season 2 will bring a lot of that. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. All right. Do you have any particular kind of entertainers that you want to really pay like so much time on them, like a very big focus on some particular kind of entertainers or entertainment?
Um, no, I honestly would not like to focus on entertainment. I want it to be broader. Um, so yeah, I want it to be a little bit broader than what, like I said, season 1 was more um entertainment. So I don't really want to focus much on entertainment. Yes, I'll still be interview entertainers, but I want a more diverse guest list.
How are
Okay.
you?
All right. Thank you so much, actually, for those couple of questions. All right. If you're just joining us, whatever apart from the way you listen or watching this program, this hangout session from, it's been wonderful so far, and we still got a lot more to know about Crystal and her upcoming events, which is going to take place in the USA. And at this point in time, actually was asking his questions to Krista. Just move over to Ken now. Ken?
Yes, I'm right here.
Yeah, it's your turn to bombard Crystal Beauty with your questions.
Okay. Thank you very much, Crystal Beauty, for giving me the opportunity to ask you a couple of questions on your show today. And before I do that, I'll first of all have to tell you this. You are a wonderful person. You are a very great personality. And without mincing words, I would say that I know the inception of this show when we went to Maryland and you did an interview with me after I did my first movie. I was about to shoot my first movie. And from that time till date, if I look at the Crystal Beauty Show, I see how much it has grown, and I see how much it is growing, and I see how much it is doing. I'll tell you that I am extremely proud of you, and I'm extremely happy, and not trying to be the fact that I'm a Cameroonian. I'm proud and happy with the fact that it is a show coming from a beautiful, talented Cameroonian lady based in the diaspora. God should bless you, and you should keep doing what you are doing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Uh, you're welcome. Then now to my question. My first question I would like to ask you is this. I've seen how much you have done and how you have supported artists. The first question I would like to ask is, how much has the Crystal Beauty Show done to support artists in their work?
I would like to think that I've done a lot. I mean, obviously, this is something that different people have their own opinions on. What I usually do is when artists are having their album launch or events or things like that, I try to go there and do the red carpet. Obviously, you have to also understand that I'm in Boston, so it's kind of difficult for me to travel to all these places all the time. But when I can, I would always go there. Also, what I do too for artists is I post a lot of their things on my website. So a lot of times when they have a new video out or a new audio out, some of them will email them to me and I'll put them on the on my website. Some of them they don't email me, but I'll just grab it from YouTube and place it on my website. And I've also had the privilege to interview some of them as well. So that's what I've done. That's the part I've played in trying to help Cameroonian artists.
Thank you very much. And my second question is, in as much as you've done this much, which to help promote these artists. So my next question to you would be, how much have these artists helped to promote Crystal Beauty Show to make it popular as it is? And if they have not really done much, what can artists do to help promote Crystal Beauty?
Okay. I'm not exactly sure what artists have been doing, but what I do know is when I interview someone, they would always share that video of their interview. But I've not actually seen them say, like when I interviewed you, for example, Ken, I did not see an artist share my interview with you, for example. But they will share the ones where they are in, and they do that maybe for 1-2 days, and then that's it. So I feel like I'm trying so hard and I do need their support, and how they can support me is by not only sharing the videos that they are part of, but sharing whatever videos I put out, because I mean it takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of commitment for me to do what I'm doing, and the goal is to help everybody, and I would like to think that people want to help me as well. So basically, if they can just help with the sharing the videos, talking about the show, maybe even hooking me up with their friends who want to be a part of the show, things like that. That would be really, really helpful. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you very much. I mean, like you say, the reason why I asked this question is because sometimes maybe some of us artists, we don't know how we can help promote you. So the sharing and the comments and sharing of other interviews of other people will also help to promote the show. So definitely we are aware of that right now, and definitely I think that is what we're going to be doing in the future. I mean, like the saying goes, they say sharing makes life all the more enjoyable, So anyway, thank you very much for the time. Thank you for the opportunity. And like I say, God bless you. Keep doing what you're doing. And don't forget, God first, then Crystal Beauty comes next. Thank you very much and stay well.
Thank you, Ken.
All right, thank you very much, Ken.
So can I drop?
Yes, you can. All right.
Okay.
if you're just joining us, that was Ken all the way from the USA, and he has also bombarded his own questions. But before we come back to Achiri, I've got a question from Christopher all the way from Manchester. He says, Krista, you talk like a boss. You smile like a boss. You interview like a boss. So how old are you?
Oh my goodness. I'm 23.
Whoa.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That came as a shocker, actually.
Yeah. I usually try to avoid that question, but yeah, I'm 23, and a lot of times people don't believe I am, so that's why I try to avoid it. But yeah, I'm 23.
All right, Christopher, you've heard for yourself. She's 23. She's been acting like a boss. Probably you may be expecting she was 28 or so, but she's just 23. More grease to your elbow. All right, Krista, I've got my next question for you will be about what I've been saying and the amount of challenges I've got myself. I've got MC Cavino challenging me. I've got DJ Soft challenging me. There is this viral competition going all around social media.
Mm-hmm.
Can you give us an insight about that, and also, because it's all about your upcoming event, if you could give us an insight about that video challenge, what's up, what's in it, for those who do it, and all that.
Okay. Before I answer that question, I would like to recognize the presence of my friend Barry. Barry, are you there?
I'm there, but I'm having some difficulties with my camera, so you can't see my face.
That's okay, but I just wanted to recognize that you're there. And if you have a question, please just signal Prince, and you can go ahead and ask your question, okay?
Oh, sure.
Okay, to answer your question, Prince, yes, the challenge is for season 2. Like I explained earlier when Achiri asked this question, season 2 will be a lot different, very, very different from what people are familiar with. So because of that, I wanted to make something unique. I wanted to launch it in a unique way. So we are actually doing an event to launch the season 2. And so what we're doing is we're doing a season 2 challenge where it's basically you guys, the viewers, you do your video. It can be 30 seconds long, 1 minute long, up to you. But basically in this video, you tell us about your favorite Crystal Beauty moments. You talk about what you liked about season 1, what you expect from season 2, and you challenge your friends to do the same. So now the good part about this is if your video gets the most views and the most likes, you get a free flight ticket, a free hotel stay, and a free VIP ticket to the season 2 event. So that's what we are doing, and obviously we don't want people to do their videos and put it on their YouTube pages, because then I'll not be able to keep track of, you know, the numbers and things like that. So I'm asking everybody to do their videos and send them to me, and when I'll upload them on my YouTube channel, give them the link, and they can share with their friends. That way they can get their views and all that. As of right now, I think comedian Calvino is winning so far. Like he has to come to America by force. So, so yeah, I'm asking everybody out there to join the challenge and do your videos, and you never know.
All right, thank you very much for that insight. Before I get to Lam, is it Lamnio?
Yeah, you can just call her Barry.
Barry, yeah, Barry. Yeah, before I get to Barry, just prepare your questions to bombard Mr. Beauty. Yeah, but before that, Krista, I've been watching your show right from day one. That is season 1, episode 1.
Yes.
I've been watching to date. I noticed that from the start, you started off by interviewing Cameroonian artists, musicians over Skype. When you got to a certain point in time, it's like you left them and you started concentrating on the Nigerian or the top African celebrities, especially the ones that are able to make it to the USA, because it was more like a one-on-one. So my question at this point in time is, did you do that for a purpose, or you just don't want to work with Cameroonian entertainers in Cameroon?
I definitely would love to work with Cameroonians in Cameroon. Actually, I personally feel that they are doing way better than the ones in the US. Please don't kill me, but but that's my personal opinion. I had the opportunity to do a Skype interview with Rhythms, which was interesting. I had an opportunity to actually do a Skype interview with Stanley Eno, but I did not release that interview because the quality was so bad. The problem with doing Skype interviews in Cameroon is that you never know what's happening. Sometimes Sonel has its issues, and sometimes the internet connection is really slow, so you're trying to do a Skype interview and they cannot hear you, you cannot hear them, the video is just messed up, it's scratchy, and things like that. When I do have the opportunity to do the interviews, I go ahead and do them, but then most of the time the interviews don't go out because the quality is so bad, and the quality is bad because it comes from the internet connection that they have down there. But the few ones that came out good, like Rhythms, they are out there on YouTube, and I did the interview and it went well. So I did not leave my Cameroonians. No, it's just that internet connection issue that usually tends to be a problem. But that's something that we are definitely working on. And I mean, the Cameroonians who are out there who want to be on the show, obviously send me an email. We'll try it. If it comes out good, great. If it doesn't, we'll keep trying until we get it right. So yeah, I did not leave my Cameroonians. They are priority. Come on now.
All right, thank you for throwing a light onto that. All right now we'll call on Barry. Barry, are you still there?
I'm still there. Just faceless.
Yeah. Now over to you. And welcome.
I'm waiting to see your face, though.
I know. I've been trying. I do not know what's going on. It's like the day I really want to. I have one question for you, sister.
Sure.
I know you from way back, so I know this has been your dream for like forever. And I wanted to ask you, was there ever a moment when you were like, I'm done?
Oh, yeah. I have that moment all the time, but I just can't get myself to stay away. I have Ernest Kanjo, for example, who happens to be one of my mentors. All the time I'll call him and I'll be like, oh my goodness, I'm just so done right now. Can you believe this happened or that happened? I'm tired and there's no money, and how do I get to LA? How do I get to Texas? How do I do this? How do I do that? I'm just tired, And the next day I call him and I'm like, hey, guess what? I have an interview, so and so, and he laughs at me. He's like, you try so hard to leave, but then you really can't leave. So yeah, of course, when you have all these frustrations and all these limitations, you tend to think like, maybe I should do something else, but it's something, this is something I'm very passionate about, and no matter what happens, I'm still here. I mean, like Prince mentioned, he saw season 1, episode 1. By the way, if you went to YouTube, you wouldn't see that video. Why? Because it was horrible.
I did see that video.
I'm sorry?
I said I did see season 1, episode 1. I remember it very well from way back when.
Yes, it obviously was not the best. I mean, I started a long time ago, which like Prince said, it's a process that has been really long, and I think I've learned a lot in the process, and we're just making, trying to get better, basically. So yeah, I don't know if I answered your question.
No, you did.
Okay, great.
You really did. Sometimes when I
Barry, you've got any?
This isn't a question.
Go ahead.
It's just a comment as to Crystal, because she's one of the very few people I know who said they were going to do something and actually went ahead achieving it. So now that I have the opportunity, I really want to say kudos. You did it. It may look like nothing to you now, but you're going to get there. You're just going to keep blowing and going. So keep pushing.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Barry. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, if you're just joining us now on the Crystal Beauty YouTube channel, you are on the Crystal Beauty Show Hangout session with my lovely self, Prince Oro, alongside Barry, Achiri, and Ken. And right now, she's been telling us a lot about herself and her upcoming project. All right, Crystal, here is my next question, right? You've done a series of interviews with top celebrities from Cameroon like Stanley Eno, Gasha. In Nigeria, you've done with Flavor Nabanya. You've done with uh, this Uti, and a lot more of other top African performers or entertainers. So, dis-moi quelque chose. Which of that moment was your best moment? Like you did, like you said in your Crystal Beauty challenge. Which is your best Crystal Beauty moment?
Uh-oh. You know, a mother never says who the favorite child is.
But they do have a favorite child.
Okay, my best Crystal Beauty show moment would be the NAFCA red carpet. That would be my best moment because, first of all, I was looking amazing. Yes, my dress was designed by TZ Hustler. He's actually an Ivorian based in Lowell, Massachusetts. He designs my dress, and it was just perfect. Everywhere I went in that dress, everybody was like, "Oh my goodness, where did you get the dress?" So yeah, kudos to TZ Hustler, by the way. And secondly, I have an amazing director. With the little resources that we have, he has a way of just making things come up perfect, you know, and he's very talented, and I just wanted to give a little bit of, you know, shout out to him. His name is Isaac Monkey. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for your help. And yeah, like I was saying, NAFCA red carpet was the best for me because, first of all, you had all these celebrities in one room. You know, you walk in there, you see all these people all at once, you know, and you're trying so hard to get as many people as possible. And the whole process was so entertaining, and, you know, it was so amazing. And I got to capture a couple of people on the red carpet. I got to exchange numbers with a couple of people, and that's what made that experience my best Crystal Beauty show moment.
All right. Perfecto, as I can say. All right, right now I'd like to move back to Achiri. Achiri, have you got?
Okay, looks like we lost him.
No, I'm here. I'm
Okay.
still here.
Okay, looks like Prince has been lost. But anyways, Achiri, go ahead and ask your question.
Oh, before I ask my question, Crystal, I want to say you're pretty smart.
Thank
He
you.
asked you which artist was your favorite moment with, and you didn't talk of an artist. You spoke of a red carpet, which you cannot specify anyone on it. That's pretty smart. Right now, I want to get a little personal here. Not with you, but with some branch of entertainment, and I want to like particularize on the Cameroon movie industry. You understand? You've interviewed movie makers Claudio Oben and the rest in the United States, but I know you know of the gist and how things go on back in Cameroon. I think personally, I think the music industry is on the right track. But for the movie industry, what do you think can be done to put it at a higher level?
First, I think what we need is quality. I feel that a lot of the Cameroonian movies are done. I don't know about the ones in Cameroon. I can speak only for the ones that I've seen, which are the ones that were done here. The quality could be better, you know. And another thing that usually gets me with them is the storyline. I think a lot of the storylines that people have been producing are too cliche. Um, if we can be more original and more I don't know. Basically, stop trying to copy Nigerians. You know, Nigerians have their own markets. They have their own way of doing their own things. You know what I mean? So basically, coming up with original stories. You know, I think that's a great way to. That's a good place to start. And then another thing too is casting the right people in the right roles. The fact that I'm an actress doesn't mean that I can act every role. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I could act it, but then I probably wouldn't have the look. For example, I'm 23 and I look maybe what 23, 25. And
You
if I
look
were to,
19.
I look 19. Okay, even better. So if I were to, if somebody were to cast me in a movie right now and say, okay, Crystal, I want you to play the role of Achiri's mom. Now I could actually act that role. You get the point. But then I mean, come on, do I look like somebody who will be your mom? You know?
No,
So,
not really.
yeah, so little thing like paying attention to little details like that. Even on the set, little details on the set. And what else? Yeah, I think there's a lot. I think it's all about just educating ourselves. We cannot just go out there and produce movies because we have the means to produce them. But I think we should put a lot of effort into the storylines. We should put a lot of effort into the technical aspect of it. We put a lot of effort into the acting, the casting. And then when we're done with all of that, then we have the marketing and promotional part of it. When you're done with the movie now, because I have some people who complain, oh, there's this movie, there's this movie, there's this movie. We see it on Facebook all the time, but then where do we get a copy? Nobody
Yeah.
knows where to get a copy. So that's something else. The marketing and distribution of the movies. That's something else that we need to work on. Yeah. So I think we still have a lot to work on. I do recognize that there's a couple of people that are trying really hard and they're doing the best they can, but I think we can do better.
All right. Now, I think you know about this. There's a new branch of the movie industry that has been created in Cameroon.
Mm-hmm.
It's known as ASCAM, the Association of Cameroon Movie Makers.
Okay.
I'm being particular on the movie industry because it's like my point of, my point of focus. So first of all, there was the CFI, the Cameroon Film Industry, and now there's the ASCAM, which has been created out of the loop.
Mm-hmm.
And it's brought so much controversy and division among people. I don't know, what do you think of this? Like, does Cameroon really need two movie associations, like two industries to succeed, or do you want to advise that everyone comes at one, or I don't know what you think about this?
Yeah, it's a very touchy and tricky subject. Considering that I'm not very engaged in the movie industry, especially in the administrative part of it. But yeah, obviously, if we are all in under one umbrella, that's usually the best way to go. But I honestly, this is a hard question because I really don't know much about how these associations work or how they run. Um, but I'm guessing that the whole point of it is just to. I think when they create these associations, they are thinking about unity. But in the process they create separation. But I'm sure when they start them, they actually think about unity. Yeah, go ahead.
Just a second.
Yes.
Let me not make it too hard on you.
Okay.
Let me put it this way. From your experience,
Mhm.
you've gone to entertainment school and you know a whole lot about this.
Mhm.
Do you think that having two different industries in a same or one, which do you think, like, how can they succeed?
Okay, for the USA, for example, they have more than one association. You get the point. They have
Okay.
more than they have a lot. I can't remember them off the top of my head, but I know there's SAG there are SAG actors. There's AFRA. I think that's what it is. There are different associations that people belong to, but that does not actually make them divided though. They have different associations, but then again, it's Hollywood. You still see the same faces, or the like a SAG actor and an AFRA actor can act in the same movie together.
Mm-hmm.
And these associations have their own guidelines and rules on joining and criterias and all those things. So I don't think it really matters if there's more than one. More than one doesn't necessarily affect it in any way. I just personally think that they should be focusing more on producing better quality stuff. All these associations here and there, yeah, they are good if they can be done correctly. But just having associations and just having meetings and not having anything come out of these meetings is where the problem is.
Okay. Thank you. That was pretty good. I hope they're watching and they learn something good from that.
Yeah.
Okay, our moderator is not here. I don't know. Does anybody else have a question?
Let me see.
Okay, let me bump in again for a second.
Sure.
There's this thing going on in Cameroon. Like, if you've watched a couple of Cameroonian movies, you see very familiar faces,
Mm-hmm.
and there's very few upcoming talent that we have. do you and as you said, you cannot get someone to act a role which they cannot play, they're not fit for, even if you're a good artist.
Mhm.
But now, do you think that they should give room for more talent to come in, be it elderly people or younger people?
Wait, I'm sorry. I don't think I got the last part of your question.
Do you really think that they need to just maintain the faces they know in the industry, or they need to bring in new talent and really exploit them in order to grow?
I'm all for new talent. um,
That's so
like
that's,
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
that's so sweet.
Yes, with no doubt. Like, um, obviously, how to make personally, I think how to make this work is cast the new talents with the ones that already have been in the biz for a while. That way, the new talents can learn from those that have already been in the biz. Because if you just cast a whole movie with all new talents, obviously that's not gonna, it's not going to be as good as if they were experienced talents mixed together in that movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
So
get
yeah, I'm
you.
all for new talent, but I'm not saying that you should just go and get people from the streets and put in your movies. You know, give them that opportunity to grow by learning from those that have already been in the industry. Like I mentioned earlier, education is really, really important. Some people get educated in school, some people get educated on the job, and some actors get educated while acting. So for those people who are new, I would suggest that they mix them up with the people that are already experienced. That way they can learn and get more experience, and that way they can obviously teach other people as well.
All right. Thank you so much for that.
Sure.
All right. Sorry, I got some uh, technical
Mr.
difficulties. Right?
Record your light.
No, I'm back though. All right. Actually, thank you for your question. I don't know. We've got Valdo all the way from the Republic of Ireland. Valdo, can you hear us?
I think we lost them.
All right, Krista. I don't know if the
Yeah.
question has been asked within this short period of time I was off, but I've got this question, which probably most of the Khmer musicians in particular maybe wanting to ask you. Is it very, 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 are you very easily accessible?
Yes, I am. Anybody that knows me knows I am. I am always online, on Facebook. I have Facebook on my phone. I'm always accessible. I have WhatsApp, Viber, and my phone number is everywhere actually, which is, I would actually think that people would take advantage of that, but I don't get calls because I have a friend who was like, "Oh, you're putting your number out there. What if you're getting all these, random calls from random people?" I actually do not get that. Yeah, my phone number is out there, my email address is out there, all my social media addresses are out there. So yeah, I'm definitely very accessible. My emails, I check my email like every minute. Yes, I make myself very accessible.
All right, and for now, let me take this a little bit personal.
Okay.
All right, if you look at the Cameroon music industry as it is now, who is that one artist you so much want to have on the Krista Beauty Show?
That I've not had yet, or
that you've not had yet?
I think I know the answer to that.
Jovi. I'll go with Jovi.
Okay.
I guessed wrong.
Oh, you guessed?
Yeah.
Yes, I love Jovi. I love his work. So yeah, definitely, Jovi will be that one person. Can I choose more?
Yeah, one more.
Oh, come on, just one.
Yeah, just one.
Just one.
I had her off the top of my head. Now I forgot. It was actually a lady.
Is it Daphne?
I'm sorry?
Is it Daphne?
No, not Daphne. Somebody else.
Lady.
Yeah.
Is it Ewube?
No.
I'm trying to think of.
She signed on. Okay, Sienna. Yeah, she signed on that No Hits No Record. Yeah, Sienna. I like her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ozile Chiego.
Yes.
All right. So you mentioned earlier on that you will be visiting Cameroon. Is
Yes.
that right?
Hmm.
So any of those names you probably be granting an interview for the Crystal Beauty Show.
I hope so. I mean, you make plans, but then sometimes it doesn't really go as planned.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do have plans to interview a couple of people. But let's see how it goes. I can't tell you for sure if the interview is gonna happen or not, because I might get there and then something else comes up and I might not be able to make it, or they might not be able to make it, whatever the case is.
Yeah.
I would like to just actually go there and do the interviews and then talk about it. I don't want to, give you names now and then I come back and you're like, where are the videos? And there's nothing to show. So, so I just think when I get there and whatever I can do, I'm gonna do it. So I cannot tell you right off the bat who I'm gonna have or who I'm not gonna have.
Okay.
All right. Hello, Barry. Are you still there? Barry. I think maybe we've lost her. All right, Krista.
Yes.
I'll give Achiri one last chance before we wrap up the session.
Okay.
Because he says he's got a lot of questions for you. That's what he said. He said he had like 16 questions. I had to beg him, Tata, please. All right, Achiri, over to you.
Prince Oro, you cracked me up. Crystal, it's really a good thing finding out that you're visiting Cameroon. I'm happy about that. I think there's a lot of work to be done in Cameroon, and with the personality you have, I think there's a lot more you can do than the interviews. So I'm just gonna try to see if I can give a proposal, maybe on what you can do.
Of course.
The kind of whole lot of experience, and you being here all these years and doing the show, and all you've learned tells me pretty much that you know a whole lot more than what three quarters of the entertainers in Cameroon know. I don't know if you can like, is it possible for you to create a forum, maybe a weekend event or something that you can help educate them on what you know that can help the industry, be it music or movies. Personally, I think movies it's my field, and I think it needs a whole lot of work, you know. And it needs marketing, it needs acting, as you said, it needs quality, it needs all these things. So I don't know if you can like do a forum or how is this called again? A session, a weekend session where you can
Workshop.
have a workshop. That's the word. Yeah, you can have maybe new talent, you tell them on how they can better themselves because there are many companies coming up, many production houses, but the industry is bent on using the same faces over and over again, and many people are getting tired of seeing these faces. They need like new people coming up and mixed with the old ones. So maybe I don't know if you can, you know, do something that or within your show in Cameroon that can really boost this up to see how they can get new talent, producers, directors, movie actors, and whatever. Maybe a weekend session or something. I don't know if you can do that.
Okay. What I could do is, if I'm interviewing people who are in the entertainment industry, I could bring up this conversation with them, right, and see what their point of view is and see how we can move forward. But as for a weekend workshop, that's not going to be possible, at least not this year, because I'm
Okay.
traveling next week. So it's kind of too short notice to put something like that together. Yeah, but this is definitely something that I will look into if I can do next year. Yeah, definitely. It's a great
Okay.
idea.
Thank you so much. I'm happy because I know you're gonna do more than what you can to
Thank you.
get Cameroon up.
All right. Thank you very much, Achiri. And Krista, I've also got my own suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Talking about the difficulties you face with the Skype interviews you used to do with artists and entertainers back in Cameroon,
Mm-hmm.
because I know it's difficult. A lot of setbacks when it comes to getting to do business with someone in Cameroon. That has to do with internet services. Yeah, my suggestion is, if, which is even more reason why you need the sponsorship and all that, because if you could get like a crew back in Cameroon, you've got a camera crew, yeah, a camera crew, or let's just say a whole crew, maybe another presenter back in Cameroon, who will probably be able to go around Cameroon, do the interviews for you, send them over, because I think that way it could be easier to send them via email or something, and you put them up on your show. And for instance, let's say you are interviewing someone, or today you want to have a show about, for instance, Siana in Cameroon. Someone goes there, do the interview with her, you send the questions, they do the interview for Siana, and you stay back in the US and probably bring the video up at some point in time. You are good at that. You should be able to mix that up, blend it up with your show and all that. It's just a suggestion though.
Actually, interesting that you brought that up, because that's something that I've actually been working on since the beginning of this year.
Yeah.
I didn't mention it just because I've not found the right fit for the person that wants to host the show. I actually sent a camera back home. I have a camera back home, and I have somebody who can handle it. But now I just need someone who would actually go out there and do those interviews, and I cannot find the right fit, because the few people that I've talked with, a lot of them are busy, or a lot of them, they say, oh, I'll do it, and then they are not committed, and I'll call and call and call. You know, I have to be following up. It has to be somebody that wants to do it, you know, somebody that sees my vision as well. So like I said, it's really interesting that you brought that up. So if whoever is watching this, if they have any suggestions on someone who might be interested in something like that, it's something that I've already been working on. The equipment is all set. I just need someone that will actually be willing to do those things.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's my own suggestion. Ken, are you still with us? I can't hear Ken.
I think his mic is on mute.
Ken, can you unmute your mic?
I think I can't get. All right, then in that case, we'll move over to Barry.
Yes.
All right, it's your turn for suggestion if you got any for Crystal Beauty.
You guys seem to have already given her the best solution for right now. So
Any more?
maybe along the way more will come up. But for now, I'm all out. It's like
All
every
right,
time
then.
you mentioned something, I was like, oh, what I was thinking about. So I'm just
All right. All right, that's it. So, Krista, before we wrap up the Hangout session, we'd like you to say two sentences. Make 2 sentences.
Why do you have to be very specific?
Make 2 sentences.
Because it's hard for a presenter to give 2 sentences.
All right, I leave it to you, right? I need you to give us your sincere. Don't mind me, I'm just being dull. I would like you to give us your sincere analysis of the Cameroonian entertainment industry, because looking at it way back from 2011 to now, a lot of development has taken place, be it in the music sector, the movie sector. Fantastic. What can you say about the Cameroonian entertainment industry? Let's not talk about those in the diaspora for now, just Cameroon.
Okay. Like Achiri actually mentioned earlier, the music industry, I think, to me, is fine the way it is. I think that they've had a lot of improvements. The videos they are doing right now is amazing. The tracks are really good. I think the only thing that they really need right now is marketing and promotions. That's what they need. But in terms of quality, in terms of what they actually do, I think they are doing a great job. But with movies, I've watched very few of them. I haven't watched a lot, like I said, but it needs improvement. There's definitely room for improvement.
All right. We'll be hanging up right now, and if you're joining us just now, don't worry, you haven't missed a lot, and you still got an opportunity to watch the whole Hangout session on the Crystal Beauty Show channel on YouTube. It will be available as soon
Are you
as...
guys getting me now? I'm right here.
All right, Ken is back. Welcome back, Ken.
Okay.
Like, I must ask that question before I go.
I hope I'm not late.
No, you're not late.
Okay. No, I just wanted to say that I'm sorry I muted my mic unknowingly, and my daughter helped me out. So I just wanted to say that listening to you guys talk and giving this lady ideas on how she can better the show, I'm extremely happy and proud about you, because I like when people are not selfish with ideas on how we as a people can grow. Extremely happy, and I like to deal with people with such open consciences. I really like it, because Krista is a very good friend of mine, and if there is anything that I think I want for her show, is for this show to grow and hit the landmark that it needs. One of the reasons is, again, and I'll be selfish here, is the fact that it is one of the greatest Cameroonian entertainment show that we have, and we have no choice but to promote it and to make sure that it hits its landmark. And to you, Crystal, this is what I'm going to say. Are you guys there?
Yeah,
Yes.
we are.
Okay, and to you, Crystal, this is what I'm going to say. I'm just going to say that there is a saying that we learn much better from 10 days of suffering than from 10 years of containment. When we suffer for 10 days, we learn more and know more and grow more than from the 10 years that we have succeeded. Because every successful person has failed at one point in life. And failure, it is the greatest tool for success. And like they say, happiness is an occasional episode in a general drama of pains. I would say that all the pains that you go through to get Crystal Beauty Show, if you go through 1,000 pains, the one time that you are happy that you succeeded with Crystal Beauty Show, it surpasses the 10 million times that you were unhappy during the process of the show. So I would just say, keep it up, my dear sister. God bless you, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk live on your show. God bless you, and take care.
Thank you so much, Ken.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Ken.
You're welcome, bro.
Oh, by the way, Ken is a producer and an actor and a writer and everything. You know, I'm surprised that he did not brag about it. So let me brag for you.
Then Ken and I have to actually meet up.
Yes, we definitely have to. I'm working on the premiere for my recently shot movie Victimized, and probably sometime in August I'll be doing a premiere here in Minnesota.
Mr. Bullock in Cameroon, it's not going to be easy, I have to tell you that.
I can imagine. I haven't been there in a long time, so.
No.
So
Watch your wallet.
okay, guys, thank you very much, and God bless you. You guys keep on. We are together.
All right, thank you very much, Ken, and it was lovely having you right here.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting to the end of the Hangout session with the Crystal herself, CEO and talented personnel, TV personnel. We've got all the way from Cameroon. She's Cameroonian. Some people used to say she's Nigerian, but grew up in Cameroon.
Yeah,
and only left.
Talent.
Yes. All right. We want to thank Ken, who was on earlier. Also want to say big thank you to Achiri. Achiri, any last words for the fans of the Crystal Beauty Show?
All right. Yeah, I think I'll say a couple of things. Thank you guys for watching. Crystal is an awesome lady. She works hard to give you guys the best, and try as hard as you can to always watch the Crystal Beauty Show, because every time you miss the Crystal Beauty Show, trust me, you miss a lot. Keep watching the Crystal Beauty Show. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was actually all the way from the United States. All right, Barry, are you still there?
Yes.
All right. Any words for the fans of the Crystal Beauty Show?
Yes. Crystal Beauty Show is the show of tomorrow, so you better start now, otherwise you won't know what you have been missing. Oh, yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Crystal, you've heard. And coming from me now, I want to say Crystal Beauty is the definition of persistent. She's that one person I look up to as saying, whenever I see the Crystal Beauty Show or I think of Crystal, I don't want to give up in whatever I'm doing, because, man, I've known this girl from way back. She's been doing this thing. She's been on it. Even at some point in time, I would have given up if I were her, but she's never given up. And that's why I call her the definition of persistent. So, Krista, keep doing your thing. And whoever has not watched her shows yet, go check it out. Crystal Beauty is the show you don't want to miss. Stay tuned.
Thank you so much, Prince.
All right, Krista, last word for your fans before we go to the end of the session.
Yes, all of you watching this video, you better do your challenge. If not, I'll blast you on Facebook. And when you're done doing it, go buy your t-shirts right here. Go buy them.
Oh, yeah.
www.crystalbeautyshow.com. You can get your copy there. And also, when we're done with this Hangout session, actually, I would like you guys to join me on Apex One Radio, which is apex1radio.com. NS Kanjo will be talking to me there live, actually in like 15 minutes, about how this Hangout session went. So you guys should just join me over there and, you know, listen to good music and see my thoughts on what the Hangout session was about.
All right, you've heard it. If you are just joining us again, as I would say, don't go crying, because the video will be right there on the Crystal Beauty Show channel, YouTube channel. You can watch it anytime, any day. And don't forget, keep sharing the videos of the Crystal Beauty Show. I've been your presenter. Prince Oro is my lovely name, all the way from London. And ciao to Achiri, ciao to Berry, and Crystal Beauty Show. I say, Grobizu. Mwah.
Bye.
Thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye.